Welcome back to the second game between JangBi and Snow here at the WCS Challenger League Qualifier. We are currently in game 2. JangBi has won the first game on Daybreak, so he needs another win. This is a best of 3, of course. If he is able to win against his Terran opponent on Whirlwind, then he advances to the next round of the tournament. Snow therefore has only one chance to go back into this match, force a game 3, and this is in this particular game on Whirlwind.
And this is a much larger map than the one we saw before, so we'll see how that affects these two players' playstyles at all. We saw Top previously go for Widow Mine Marine aggression in both of his games, whereas Snow may decide to kind of change things up on a different map, might try to go for a command center first even. It's a big map.
Yeah. You know, I really liked how JangBi was able to make sure that there was no damage done by Snow. That was so well executed. Of course, he saw the Medivac heading out, but the idea of Snow really was put on pressure with the Medivac, with the Widow Mine, with the Marines, and behind that, expand, get the tech up, get everything going. JangBi, with just a few Stalkers, made sure that there was no damage whatsoever, not even a threat to his base or expansion, and then he went for the gateway aggression, and Snow, he just wasn't ready. I mean, he didn't even have the SCVs there to repair the bunker.
Yeah, and then once he was forced to it, he couldn't even get Marines into the bunker, and JangBi ignored it, let it burn down. It was a really nicely done attack. Great force shields. Even the pressure he set out from the beginning gave Snow a little bit of trouble. So you see we have a command center first here coming out for Snow. As I kind of predicted, he would change up his style on a big map like this.
Yeah. Command center first on a map like this, very smart of course. JangBi doesn't have any information whatsoever where Snow currently starts. The same is also true for Snow, so let's see what JangBi is going to do here. At this point we have him with 1 gas, 3 harvesters in gas, getting the gateway ready, going immediately into core of course. But the one thing that we don't see in the game is actually a probe trying to find out where the Terran players spawn.
Yeah, he wants to get all that extra mineral income he can so he can afford to get his second gas faster like he did here very, very quickly. And he knows that on a 4-player map, you know, he may scout if he gets lucky, but if he stays at home, he's going to get the minerals no matter what. So he's made a conscientious decision here, and he's ahead in the series. So if some crazy cheese catches him off guard, he's like, well, I still have Belcher Vestige to play on later.
Moving to the top left now is one of the SCVs, so Snow is actually getting lucky enough here that he spots JangBi on the first position that he scouts. We have the double barracks now coming up for Snow, who of course needs it to get also the orbital command upgrade. Whereas we have in the main base of JangBi now the warp gate research being started. Harvester count at this point very early in the game of course, still very even, 18 to 21. And this is the one advantage that you always try to edge out when you're a Protoss player, getting a little bit ahead in the harvester count, since your Terran opponent will have to start the command center upgrade to the orbital, and during that time he can't produce any additional SCVs. So as a Protoss you will always be ahead in the harvesters. The problem is of course that the mules more than make up for this.
Yeah, they really do. So that's how the game kind of gets balanced, you know, as far as mineral income goes. But double gas is going down here for Snow, and with these, he's just going to start going into his tech. He may hit a medevac timing with +1 combat shields and stim. That's what you normally see on a map like this, especially at these positions. SCV will attempt to run by the mothership core, will get into the main base and seize that very important robotics.
Sees everything. The robotic has been spotted here, moves down, sees the extra pylon, trying to get out of here, but no, JangBi is actually ready, intercepts it, takes down the harvester, but the damage has already been done. I mean, the scouting information are now available to Snow. The one thing that he didn't spot, on the other hand, is the Twilight Council.
Yeah, he does not know about it.
And you know,
with this, we could see a DT drop.
Exactly, we could see the DT drop that we've seen yesterday in Code S2. It's a build that Tails kind of invented in Heart of the Swarm that he has shown in the GSTL, where the two of us casted it. So we could very well see him go into Dark Templar now with Warp Prism. It's a very strong build and could definitely work against an opponent like Snow.
Yeah, it's very possible. He's got a pylon, or a probe rather, on the other side. He can use to warp in the DTs early and then lift them if he wants to. There's the Observer. Will we see the Warp Prism? He doesn't have to make it just yet because that Dark Shrine does take a while to actually finish.
Yep. He gets another gateway a little bit faster than Tails did in his game that he played. Tails actually playing it a little bit greedier than JangBi did. Added those gates very late, even after the forges. But we have now the Warp Prism, so exactly what we expected, and even a forward pylon at the third base.
Yeah, I think he's actually going to lift the DTs up from that pylon to minimize the warp-in time, because, for example, if you're Warp Prism is spotted on the edge of the base, and you want to warp the DTs in. If he targets it down first before your DTs get in there, then you lose them. But if he sees the Warp Prism and DTs are already inside the Warp Prism, then you're like, well, you can't stop me from dropping these. They drop instantly. So this is going to be something that, because the timing is a little bit later, may catch Snow off guard. And he's going to know there's no turrets. He's seeing that right now with his observer.
Yep, that's definitely one of the things that is really crucial. Let's check a bit on the energy. 55 on the orbital command here. Let's see if he uses it for a mule, if he actually saves it up. As it is, he has 2 scans available, so that's going to be very, very important here. Used one of them already. Here comes the scan, takes down the observer, and he has 1 scan available.
He just dropped it.
Yeah, dropped the mule, so now suddenly he is without a single scan. There is no detection here, guys. No detection whatsoever.
Yeah, and he can make more DTs, and he probably will. He's going to try to force the turrets down, make sure there's no turrets in the mineral line, and this could be game ending. At the natural, he's also doing damage now, getting into that mineral line, trying to prevent that turret. And his turret's not going to finish. He doesn't even get the cancel off. This may just end the game. He's going for Marines now, which is actually a great choice.
Well, we soon have enough energy for at least 1 scan. He will have the second one soon after. But this is doing so much damage. Already 6 harvesters killed. We have, of course, a lot of mining time delayed, which should always be remembered here. Another turret has to be cancelled. Isn't actually cancelled. He kills it.
Yeah, he kills it. He's killing more SCVs. He's killing Marines as well. A turret finally finishes. That ends the DT harassment in the natural. When the main base is going for add-ons, remember there's no combat shields. He went for stem.
Oh, wow. He's losing the add-ons. He's losing his upgrades. He's losing supply here. Snow is in trouble. JangBi doing a great job here. On the upgrades, we only have stim. There is no combat shield. Here comes another scan. But the DTs, one of them down. The second one, though, he survives.
Yeah, it looks like the turret will finish. It's going to put an end to most of this aggression, but he can still try to pick off depots on the side, force another scan. This depot's not going to survive. He does have to use the scan. And actually saves it barely, but you know, is it worth a scan? Yeah. That's the question.
Another scan being used here, so this attack, this aggression has already done so much damage. Several stims have been used. There is no combat shield yet, only 2 medivacs just now. We have harvesters killed, in total 13 of them. Supply depots have been killed, more DTs in the main base.
He's stimming like crazy,
yeah.
You know?
And scans have already been used, so many of them, and which you can't use for additional mules later on.
Or depots.
Oh, he's even supply block wolf.
Yeah, he can't use call down supply because he doesn't have the energy for that either. He wants to use another scan here. He's going to try to get both. That's why we have a great split here by JangBi. And even the retreat prism, he gets neither of the DTs.
Oh god, he actually loses both of them.
And now he has to use another scan.
This is 5 scans per now?
I think 5. And he could even drop that DT back inside if he wants to. I think he's going to send it back home.
And talking a little bit about the Protoss, just look at it. We already have the robotics bay done. We have the first Colossus on the map. We have a really good 2-base saturation with 54 harvesters against 37. Upgrades going, double upgrades actually, supported by chrono boosts. JangBi is so far ahead in this game right now.
He's even been able to keep the army supply low because he eliminated a lot of those Marines earlier. So if he wants to, he can make a third, and that's exactly what he does. He starts it right away as I say that, and
even the move out of the Terran player has spotted.
Exactly. He knows everything that's going on. The upgrades, once they finish up here with some good chronos, he's going to be able to deflect this easily. There is a small timing window right now that Snow is going to try to hit, but I don't know if this is going to work with the Colossi out where we're at right now.
It's going to be so difficult. 1-1 is about to finish. Charge is on its way. We still have at the bottom left another DT just going into the base. It even forces Snow to just back off and go back with his forces. He can't even try to hit this timing anymore.
Yeah, he even has the command center now under attack. He has to send another SCV over, and if JangBi targets, he will be able to save it. Look at that, saves the DT yet again.
This is just too much. I mean, he's losing so much. He's losing momentum. He's supply blocked once again. We have +2/+2 now being started. The third base is nearly done for JangBi. He is completely outclassing Snow here.
Yeah, Snow is supply blocked still, making 2 depots right now. His armory finally finishes so he can start 2-2. He barely has enough resources for that. At the same time, JangBi is getting his own 2-2 out right now. Range is finished. He has charge almost done as well. Third base is finishing up.
You could actually say that Snow is melting away in this game.
Yeah. You know, he feels a little bit like Bastard Jon Snow at this point, a little bit left out.
Are we talking about Game of Thrones here?
We're talking about Song of Ice and Fire.
Song of Ice and Fire. Oh, don't insult Jon. My favorite character, okay? Careful here. Very careful, Wolf.
Well,
Thin Ice.
Thin Ice, certainly so. He saves the Warp Prism again. Unbelievable multitasking by JangBi. And people would question, is JangBi back in StarCraft 2? And the other Vikings say no,
but the DT goes in. DT goes in, he needs a scan, and there it is, another scan being forced.
Wow, this is just incredible multitask, incredible play by JangBi. I have not seen him play this well in StarCraft 2 yet, and I am very happy for it. And it's not that Snow's playing poorly, it's just the build order choices that JangBi is making and how heavily he's committing to what he's doing and how well he's microing is excellent. Look at this, we have 3 Hellbats on the way for, so he's going to try to switch into Hellbat bio.
Yeah. You know, this is definitely not Jon Snow. Jon Snow is a total boss, and this Snow is being outclassed a little bit. Maybe a distant relative. We don't know just yet. But JangBi, he is just, at this point, on another level. 30 supply, that's the difference that we currently have in this game. And having a quick look at the updates, you can see that +1/+1 is, of course, already done for JangBi, who is about to finish +2/+2. He has a major lead in upgrades then, as soon as those 2 hit. He has range now for his Colossi, he has charge, and he decided that it is time to move onto the map and put on aggression. We have him now with an lead in army supply, and he definitely has a great composition here.
He has the upgrade lead as well. Right now, 2-2 finishing for him, and +1 attack only for Snow. He doesn't have any armor at all, and he's about to get +1 for his Hellbat army, which is becoming very, very scary. He's making 6 Hellbats at a time, triple reactor factory, and his army composition is heavily Zealot, and JangBi doesn't know he's switching to these Hellbats, so this could be a battle that surprised everyone. He could actually take this fight if he positions right.
JangBi has to be careful after all. I mean, he's still in a great position here, but he should not take this lightly, and I doubt he will. We currently have JangBi now with his upgrades, +2/+2 against 1-0, 107 army supply against 87, a 20 supply army lead therefore, and also getting +3/+3 already.
Yeah, JangBi should not overextend here, though. Even though he has this huge lead, the concave at the top of that ramp with the Hellbats is going to be really difficult to engage in. He comes up with the Stalkers, has to get away immediately. But the Zealot run by is smart.
Yeah, he sends a flank in right now, sends the Zealot run by to the left, trying to take down as many harvesters as possible. JangBi doing a good job here and forcing the SCVs off the mineral line while still poking with the rest of his units. Blink is done, so he can always just have a look up the ramp and then blink back as soon as he's attacked.
He's making it so that whenever Snow tries to go to defend the Zealots, he has to turn around. He doesn't have enough units to split this thing. Great. Oh, even the time warp's on the ramp.
Really well done here. The time warp is excellent, and he has the perfect spot now to take down those Terran forces while the Zealots in the main base still do damage.
Exactly, even avoids the Hellbats by blinking the Stalkers in. It keeps the Zealots away, and look at the damage of the AoE. Does not have any Vikings left, and this is going to be game.
This has to be. JangBi is completely on a roll here. He's going to take this with a 2-0. GG! And JangBi advances to the next round of the WCS Challenger League Qualifier. Well played indeed.